a hard day today. Did quite a bit on the Fiero. Got some of the charge control stuff in, so I think I'm gonna take a little cruise over to Buckeye Lake Brewery and get me a growler of some of their brewskis that they've been brewing. So they have a couple pretty good ones over there. Shovelhead. It's right on Buckeye Lake. So anyway, Fiero's been running pretty good. Just put a new charge on it and try to see, how it does. But anyway, come back in when I get up a little bit closer to the brewery. All right, I'm out on Route 40. Car's cruising along real nice. The LED headlights I put in it are working great. They're plenty bright. I don't have bright lights, but I haven't really needed them. And people haven't been flashing or anything, so they must be adjusted down low enough that it's not causing any kind of problems with those oncoming traffic. National Trail Drag Race track. They had some kind of event going on there today, but it looks like it must be over. There's still a lot of people out there. Maybe they just haven't turned the lights on yet. But I've been wanting to take the Fiero over there and do a couple quarter-mile runs just to kind of get an idea of what the performance is. The problem is my transaxle, I'm basically just running in fourth gear all the time. So I need to get a pin out of the shifter mechanism and put new bushings in it. I think that's keeping it from going into third and fourth gear real well, but I can get it in fourth and in reverse, and that's really I guess if that's good enough for Tesla, that's good enough for me. So anyway, I'm going to turn this off for a little bit, and when I get close to the brewery, I'll turn it back on. Coming into Buckeye Lake. I guess they have the lake drained down pretty good. They're afraid the levee's going to break. There's probably a several-mile levee that has been there for years. It was originally built for the Ohio Erie Canal, and they let people build houses on it, and now it's to the point where they have cracks and they're just afraid it's going to let go. So anyway, just a little bit of local Buckeye Lake history. Car's doing great, down to about 43 amp hours from I think it had 64 or so after I got done charging it. I'm kind of holding this camera, so it's a little bit, I gotta be careful and pay attention. Every now and then I look down and swerve a little bit, and I bet being it's a holiday weekend, every cop in the country's probably got a sobriety checkpoint hooked up somewhere. Alright, here we are. Oh, they got a food truck tonight? Oh man, I don't know if there's any parking. Steamroller bagels. There's parking in the rear though, so I should be alright. Anyway, we're here. And as soon as I get a parking place, I'll go in and get my growlers filled. I'll turn this back on the way back. Alright, we're stocked up now. A little bit of Shovelhead double IPA, and Buckeye Lake Brewery also makes root beer, so that's pretty good. Wonders never cease. My lights for my speedometer haven't been working, but they suddenly came on. They work intermittently, so. And my headlights been popping up. They went through a long time where one of them would stick, but anyway, I guess life is good. Now to get this parking brake unset. It wants to stick on me sometimes, and then it drives my amps up when I drive. If I'm not careful, you can smell brake pads burning. So here we go. We're loaded up and ready for the holiday. It's pretty night out tonight. It was a very nice day here in Ohio. It's been kind of chilly. We had some days in the 80s, and then the temperature dropped back down into the 60s and actually into the 50s for a few days. But anyway, here we go. And you can see my headlights aren't doing too bad. That's got to save a bunch of power at night when you're driving, having those LED headlights. They're pulling a lot less than what standard headlights would pull. So anyway, I gotta stop up at Marathon. My wife wants some soft drinks, so I'm gonna stop up there and get her some soft drinks here in a little bit. And I'm going to shut her down, and I'll kick it back on when I get up close to there. Maybe. Alright. Getting ready to cross the interstate here. There's the TA. My son used to call that the tit and ass truck stop. I don't know about that. I think I'm going to take the interstate back the rest of the way home after I stop in here and get her some soda. It's kind of nice. It's just like driving an automatic with this thing, even though it's a 4-speed. I just leave it in 4th gear, and it doesn't do, I mean, it just drives like a regular car. I'm getting a lot more confident with it too. I've kind of got an idea now of what the range is, and so it's I was a little bit afraid to drive it because I was afraid I'd get stuck somewhere. I had the controller trip out, but that was because the voltage went too low on my pack. And I've got the controller set at around 90 volts, so now that I've got my tablet in here, I can change that if I need to. I could drop it down a little bit and limp home, I think. So anyway, I'm going in the store here, and I'll turn this back on. My windshield wipers are still coming on, and I hate to my controller didn't kick right on that time. It's funny, the fan runs after you shut the car off. So evidently it runs until it gets down to a certain temperature level. Down to 31.27 amp hours. So far my speedometer lights are working. That gauge is decimal off, so that's actually 356 amps that it's drawing. I couldn't find 1,000 amp gauge, so I got a 100 amp gauge and just figured that I'd have to know that you have to take the decimal point off of it. My 12 volt gauge quit working again. I don't know what the deal is. I have DC to DC converters. Anyway, you can see it cruises down the interstate pretty well. Driving on the interstate drops it pretty fast. Anyway, back on my home road, so I want to sign off.